Welcome back to Palia, everybody. I'm Shannon, otherwise known as Shan-anigans. In our last episode with the ginormous frogwort that we got, I was doing the flower mission with Ani, in which he had me plant the gardenia and the anemone, and then I got some seeds from it later and I planted another two, one of each, and then you can get seeds off of them. And seems how I needed to speak with Ani. I went ahead and talked with him, and here's what I found so far. Obviously, the bushtail, the common blue butterfly gives the gardenia seed. I also had discovered the other night the garden mantis gave the anemone flower. Today I caught a bushtail dragonfly and it gave a chuppa-tail flower. I caught several spotted stink bugs before one of them gave me a forsythia flower, and I also caught the garden leaf hopper, which gave me one of my favorite flowers, which is the tulip. So that's just a few. I actually caught one of the I haven't been over there. If you look at in this bug menu, you'll see this fire-breathing dragonfly. I caught one of those, and I did not get a flower seed yet. It gave me, still just gave me the silk, so maybe it only gives silk. I don't know, but it gave me silk, and I caught the pink ladybug. I caught a princess ladybug, and it also only gave me silk. So I don't know. They may still give a flower, but I haven't discovered them yet. In this episode, I am going to run down what I did in my first episode, which is not going to air because there were some weird things going on. I don't know if it was Palia having a moment, or if it was my computer having a moment, or the newly installed updated OBS having a problem. It doesn't matter. The video is so laggy and choppy that there is just absolutely no way I would feel comfortable putting it on for you all to see and watch. So let me get to this. I'm going to run down what I did, but first, let's come over here and see our kitsune. And no, our little birdie's not there, but she might be there when we come back, so we'll look later. I needed to go and talk to Ani. Process of talking to Ani, so I just run out here, and I was in early morning, so he was in his normal morning spot, and I'm just gonna run through as if we were still chatting with him. He was down here. Hi, Sifu. Ani does his little stand here in the mornings, and I chatted with him about the gardenias, in which he was super duper excited about Najuma not pulling one over on him, and that it was an actual thing. He gave us a reward for helping him, and then we moved on to the Einar mission. And in the Einar mission, he tells us, he basically tells us to talk around to the people in town. My thought process was Sifu, because Sifu and Halcyon and I were looking for Tau, and that's when we ended up in the Pyroflow chambers, or whatever it's called. And so we went down there, and then in the process of that, I thought, okay, so they were on that mission with me, so let me talk to her really quick.
Are you prepared for a little legwork?
You are just in time. Chat. Many communities are wary when order members come to town. This is a good thing. Any organization with power must be held under the scrutiny of its people to remain upright. Okay? I do not blame them for their apprehension either. Most Palians will either have a cause to deal with the order in their regular lives. We'll never have a cause to deal with the order in their regular lives. Exactly. Okay, so I'm just working on my friendship with her. So I chose to spoke to Sifu, and Sifu basically had no clue. So you'll talk to Sifu or Hacian if you would rather talk to Hacian. And then I was like, okay, Hacian's probably going to say the same thing. I checked with a couple of non-people who were not involved in any of the areas, and they didn't know anything about or engage in that conversation whatsoever. So then my mind went to, in the next mission, we had to go with Zeki and the twins, which I have a confession to make. I had no clue that the twins were twins. I had no idea at all that Eloisa and Kalari were twins. Now, I chose to just talk to Kalari because she's always right here in the library, and Eloisa has a few different spots that she stands and chats. So I just chose to go to Kalari because she is essentially the most level-headed. So I went to her, and Zeki was sleeping, I think, at the time, so I didn't bother with him. And then I decided at that point it was time to come over and chat with Gina and Hecla. So in that process, I basically ran over into here. Just follow. This in the morning time frame. Gina and Hecla are usually over doing the little like artifact search or dig or whatever it is she's doing. When she first gets up, they come over here and they are stationed in the morning time frame. Oh, shiny. They are stationed right out here, and is where she does her little like dusting of the bits here. And I spoke with Gina, and Gina confided in me that she is concerned that Hecla's hiding something from her, but she doesn't think Hecla knows that she knows, but she knows, you know, one of those little combos. And then I talked to Hecla, and Hecla is the one that essentially secondary starts the mission. So you start by talking to Einar, eventually you get yourself to talking to Hecla, and then the little flags pop up on the upper little gauge up above that tells us which direction we're going, the little compass of direction. Little flag pops up, and that flag will lead you this direction, and you find this here, which has this little sign and a mysterious tunnel. So let's go in the tunnel. And in the tunnel, it's this big, giant room. And we just look around. Sorry if I gauged that up my dress. That was unintentional. And you kind of go around and search things, and I found these tablets. To Galen, request denied. I am so sorry to hear about the struggles you are experiencing. Unfortunately, we cannot provide you with additional pyroflow at this time. The Aeroflow Research Facility has had similar requests denied. We need to redirect the remaining supply of pyroflow to right places. It will be dedicated to the war effort where it is most needed. Apologies, the Minister of Flow. And there's a tablet right over here. Betrayal. Did the king really do this? I have been in his corner for so long, and now Asta has shut off our access to pyroflow at his command. We've still got our supply of hydroflow, but now student learning is incredibly limited. I can't provide them with the education we promised. And yet, of course, the Sphere Ball team is still being funded. I wonder if I should contact my lawyer preemptively or wait for the complaints to roll in. And this one is the key message to read. And then there's one more tablet up at the top here. You can go either side. It really doesn't matter. And anyone but him. Ugh. Azur. Facius is coming today to install our portion of the Cosmos Protocol. I'm dreading our reunion. It's difficult enough to work with him when we aren't face to face, but now I have to confront it head on. Gotta remember to avoid the use of my old nickname for him, especially if Anima comes with him. The first time I was in, I didn't think to inspect, like, here. I mean, oh, let me just laugh at it. It's such a tippy doodle. Okay. I, smack it, or maybe, I don't know. I didn't know if there was anything to do up here. Sometimes these statues play part, but I don't see anything. I don't see any actions to do anything with anything else other than reading the little templates. And then you engage with the mysterious device. There's a menu. You need to know the code to get in. That is where the one document falls in suit. And then you can go through the messages from Anima. Yes, Galen, they cut off my pyroflow too. It is incredibly frustrating and has stunted our research significantly. Perhaps we can pool our remaining resources. Let's meet up for lunch soon and discuss it. Let's go back to the messages from Asta. I have seen your messages. Please enjoy your time off, and we can commune when you return. I am sorry for my awkwardness. I am struggling with our situation as much as you are. I have seen your message. Please enjoy your time off, and we can commune when you return. I am sorry for my awkwardness. I am struggling with our situation as much as you are. Back to messages. Titus. From Titus. Heard about your little fight with the king. You sure you want to pick up those scars? From what I hear, he's already pretty whacked out about what happened with his wife. Guy can't catch a break. At this point, we should all take one. I am sure if you need anything, please contact the gardener directly. Now, the last one is Admin 1. I really am sorry, Galen, but infighting is not the best use of our time. Please trust me and trust what I am doing is for the survival of our species. We have had things easy for so long, people have forgotten how bad things can get. I promise you the Cosmos Protocol is important. I am converting the university to protect it and protect the civilians inside in case the worst happens. Now we're gonna exit because that was our last message. Go back to the menu. I suppose I could have just hit menu directly. The temple status tells you all the things. Then you go back to the menu, garden lockdown protocol. This was originally engaged. You disengage it, and then you can exit. And then that's about the end of that mysterious device and the things you can learn in this area. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will bid you adieu at this point. I hope that you join me in our next adventure, and thank you for joining me in this adventure. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Bye-bye, everybody.